negative Nathan, never finding something good to say. I talked to some people and I've talked to some people. I said, I'm not talking to them anymore. No matter what situation you talk about. It could be, I was talking to one person, what the subject matter we was talking about was about a certain practice that I do in my lifestyle. It was nothing negative that you could really say about it. Not because it was me. It was just a simple matter that I do. It was nothing really negative you could get out of it. And this person found a way to bring something negative out of the conversation. I feel like I'm like on trial for murder or something. How did you get something negative out of that? It's nothing negative to say. You ever run into someone like that? You ever talk to someone like that? No matter what you say, no matter what you're talking about, they find a way to bring up something negative. This is an evil person, someone who's not happy with themselves and who bask in the glory of being negative. These are people that we want to stay away from because it's not beneficial to you in your spirituality, and you don't know what they're into. And again, it takes wisdom to know what to say to someone and how to say it. I had a conversation with person B. This is for real. I'm just not saying who they are because I'm not gossiping. I had a conversation with person A. I knew not to tell that conversation to person B because person A and B are connected. But because I know the moral compass and the in the demeanor of person B, I didn't think it was wise to tell person B the conversation I had with person A, so I just stayed quiet. I said, I'm not going to tell them that because if they go back and repeat what I said, it's going to be something. So I'm going to just stay quiet. That's what the Bible means by having restraint over your tongue. Everything don't need to be repeated. And it's more than one ways to keep the peace. Keeping the peace isn't just breaking up a fight or if someone is having a verbal dispute, telling them to stop. And stirring up trouble isn't just repeating something. Stirring up trouble or keeping trouble from starting is just being quiet. Just not saying nothing. You may know a whole lot of stuff or a whole lot of something about someone or a situation, but then that's where the challenge comes in for you to just say, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to repeat it. Because if I do, someone is going to misconstrue my words. They may add something to it, take something away. And then when it gets to someone else, it's going to be something. That may not be their intent, but you got to know the moral compass and the demeanor and the character of who you're giving information to. So just like I said, I knew not to repeat that conversation to person B because I know it might have got flipped up a little bit, chopped up a little bit. So I didn't say anything. Now, person B finds out that I had that conversation with person A, I deal with person B. Hey, why didn't you tell me that? I just ain't want no trouble. I just didn't want any trouble. So it takes a lot of restraint to not to gossip and not to slander. Slander is going to a whole different level. If you say something about someone, especially if you don't have the proper knowledge of what you're repeating, like the Quran says, it said, woe to those who repeat rumors and don't have proper knowledge. If you do that, and then it turns into slander, now you're taking your reckless ways to a total different level. I'm going to share this story with you. It's really short, and then I'll be done. I know I said that a couple minutes ago, but this is such a deep topic. It's such a serious topic, and for the few that have tuned in, you could be doing anything else, but you're listening to the Hour of Power. I thank you, and please share this message when I finish in a couple of minutes. My father, Sidney Howard. Notice I said my father. I didn't say my dad. A dad is just someone who donates sperm to a woman that's willing to open up her legs and a baby comes forth. Anyone could do that. But a father is someone that can take you further in life, mentally, emotionally, physically, educationally, and spiritually. That's a father. My father, Sidney Howard, may he rest in peace, was a wonderful man. I wouldn't be where I am without him. I wouldn't be where I am without. I may be dead or in jail if that man didn't stick by me. He wasn't perfect, but he was a hell of a father. Do you know, once again, a family member, a wicked family member, had the audacity, while he was living, to spread a rumor that my dad had done something to me. I'ma say it again. this no good bastard and bastards behind them had the audacity to say that my dad had done something to me, right? And instead of them coming to the source, because when they were spreading these rumors, even though I was a minor, I could speak up for myself. Instead of them coming to me, if they were so concerned and saying Eric, because that was my name, and some of my family members still call me Eric, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't have no problem with that, because they're my family. Instead of them coming to me and saying, Eric, I'm concerned about you. I heard some news, doing what the Quran says. Verify it first. Verify it. Instead of them doing that, said, Eric, sit down. I need to talk to you. This is going to be very uncomfortable, but I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about your well-being. I want you to be safe at all times, and I don't want nothing to happen to you. I need to talk to you. Did this happen? They didn't do that. They started spreading these false rumors, which led into slander about my dad. My dad did nothing but build me up, and he always made sure I was safe. But these no good bastards did this slander and this lying about my father. This spread like a wildfire. People who my dad did nothing to start looking at him sideways, going off of the slander and the gossip. And let's rewind a little bit. You know why they didn't come and ask me? Because if they would have verified it and they known it would have been false, see, then the story would have had to cease. Because either they would have found out it was true, but most likely they know they would have found out it was false, then the story would have been dead. But since they bask in the glory of goddamn gossip and slander, they didn't come to the source of the supposed victim, which was me, which I wasn't a victim. They just kept spreading the lies and the falsehood so they could have something to talk about, because they have low self-esteem and because they're sick. Remember, gossip is a sickness that we all have to be mindful of. That's why it's so many verses, and I just read them to you. Bible, Quran, and the 42 principles of Ma'at talks about, you wouldn't believe how many references there are in there about gossiping. So it must have been some gossiping ass people back in the day. This ain't no new thing. It's as old as this earth. People running their mouth, spreading these lies about my father. Totally false. No truth. A fabrication. Started with one person and spread like a wildfire. And mostly it was my own family. See, a family isn't just someone that's related to you by blood. It's someone who loves you unconditionally. Those that are there for you when they need you the most. God conscious, God fearing, not reckless. That's your family. Just because we got the same father or the same grandmother, you're just related by blood. But family don't do that to each other. Okay? Man, salute to my brother Ed Rice here in York, who has helped me and my family with my transition here. Salute to you, brother. Salute to my brother Collins, who has helped me. My brother Alafia, brother John, and many others who have helped with my transition here to Pennsylvania. It's not easy going from one state to another, trying to find a job, housing, food, and the whole nine. It's not an easy thing. So salute to all those who have helped with my transition here. My cousin Earl down there in DC, and some of his family helping out. That's your family. And Earl is actually my cousin. He's my blood cousin. Okay? So I hope y'all have learned something from this message, and do inventory with yourself. Not just on this topic, but every night. Before you lay your head down, do inventory and say, how did I do today? Just like these businesses do. I used to work at Circuit City, and we would do a quarterly inventory of all the electronics we had in the store, so we can see what we had, see what we were deficient in, see what we needed to add to, so we can conduct business in a more productive way. You need to do the same thing with your soul and the way you're carrying yourself. What can I do better? What do I need to add to my character to make me better? And what do I need to subtract to keep me as a child of God? in that title that I said, blessed are the peacemakers. You know what the rest of that Bible verse says? Blessed are the peacemakers, so they will be called children of God. It's right there in the Bible. Blessed are the peacemakers, and they will be called the children of God. You cannot be a child of God, all you church goers and mosque goers and whatever goers you want to call yourself, if you're spreading strife, always stirring up stuff and gossiping and slandering people. You can go to as many Bible studies as you want, go to church as much as you want, make all your 5 prayers, but if you're causing strife in the land and sowing discord, and every time you're in a conversation with someone, you're looking for something negative, looking for faults in that person or in that conversation with someone else, you ain't no damn Christian. You ain't no Muslim. The word, I just showed it to you. James chapter 1 verse 26 says, those who gossip and don't keep a tight rein on their tongues, you're deceiving yourselves and your religion is worthless. No good damn gossipers and slanderers. You can get someone killed running your mouth and spreading false rumors, and you can destroy someone. Someone running around saying my dad did something to me. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. If you got a mother or a father who sticks by you, you're obligated to honor them. And I had such a father. I wouldn't be where I am. I don't have a bunch of cars and houses, but I got a little something here and here because of him. Salute to you. And then people in your absence, when people are not there, God will put people there as a, not to replace them, but as a substitute, because we all need some kind of a spiritual backing, right? We all need it. Someone as a vessel from God to help us through this journey we call life. So to those who I'm communicating with now, you can't replace my father. But if you on the right track, I lost siblings, I lost my father, maybe you can step in their place as a vicegerent, but you can't replace them. That's how wonderful and magnificent human beings are. There's only one you. So there's no reason for someone to walk around with low self-esteem. Do you know out of billions of people on this earth, there's only one you, even if you have a twin. I'm going to say it again, and for the 3rd time, I'll be done after this. I said that 3 times. There's only one you out of the billions and billions of people on this earth. There'll only be one of you. There'll only be one brother Wayne, one brother Earl, one brother Darryl, my Uncle Frank, my Aunt Bernie, my friend Ed, my brother Collins, brother John. There's only one of you. Even if you have a twin that looks just like you, there'll still only be one of you. They only look like you. They don't carry your character. That's how special you are. So don't never walk around with your head down, especially not with your pants hanging down. That's another topic. Don't walk around with your head down, thinking you're nothing, thinking you always got to prove yourself to someone with low self-esteem, because there's only one you. You'll never be able to be duplicated, even if you have a twin. A twin only looks like you, but they're not you. How do we know? There's some people that look just alike but act totally different. You see it on TV all the time. You have one twin brother, man, he's going to school doing great things, and the other one is a damn throat slasher and a murderer. And they're twins. Their character's not the same. There's only one you. Only one you. Keep your head up, and that's advice for myself. I thank you for listening from the bottom of my heart. Please spread this message if you found it beneficial. Stay away from gossip and slander, and use wisdom and restraint when some news comes to you, and know who you're talking to, and know what to repeat and what not to repeat, and know who to repeat something to and who not to repeat. I'm not saying you can't talk about uncomfortable things. Sometimes you just got to talk about things. It's how you're talking about it, and then how you disseminate it, and who you disseminate it to, and what your intentions. I thank you for listening. I leave you in peace as I came. To my Muslim family, assalamu alaikum. To my Christian family, praise the Lord. To my Hebrew Israelite family, hotep.